Hello, my beautiful train wrecks. This is Jill. Who else?
Hi.
And Tom. And we are diamond painting with the Edwards. And you are our beautiful train wrecks. So, I have never shown on the channel. Let me speed this up a little bit. I have never shown on the channel how I do my setup. Usually I have a big board. This is a small board. So I'm going to show you. I am going to, let's see how I want to do this. Let me lift you guys up a little bit so you can see everything that I do. Okay, that's good. That's good enough. That's good enough. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. I just take clips off. Oops. Come on, my board. Need some light. Okay, all the clips are off. And then what I do is, okay, the board's off. Okay, so I move it over here. So I want to work on this side. I pull this up here. And I make sure what I want is on the light board. Which it is, so I can turn that off. Maybe. I can turn that off. And then what I do is I take binder clips. And I clip them to the top. Let me put up here so you can see all my beautiful stickers. Would you like our diamond painting sticker and a few more stickers? They're all right there. But this one came from Crafty ishKristyn. This is her logo. If you haven't gone to her, go to her page. And I will link that below. And I will link her YouTube. Look at all her stickers. Oops. Look at all her stickers. Yay! All of her stickers. And then, of course, we've got Uranus, Indiana, roar. So, yes, I have stickers on my board, and now so does Tom. But Tom created the diamond painting. Yes, diamond painting with the Edwards. And it's a beautiful train wreck. Yes. So, I had to show you that. Okay, so I put clips up. Since this one already has diamonds on it, I can put that down. This one doesn't, so I'm gonna leave that one up. So, and you can use different sizes. It's okay. It all works out. Whew. Definitely want a lot of clips. Or I do anyway. I use a lot of clips. I think that's all of them. I think that's all I need. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And then I also have, let me move this back. So, yeah. So you can see that's how I do it. It's just clipped right onto my light board. And see, this is where I was working before, and you see it's dark. It doesn't get lit up because the board is small. I couldn't see doing a great big board for this little bit. Okay. So, there's that. I've showed you that. So now we have to decide what we want to work on. We have looks like a steam whistle. We have a clock or I think this one is a clock because I see different hands. So what do we want to do? I'm thinking since it's really up here and it's real close and pretty clear on camera, I think we should do the steam whistle. And let me move this up because we definitely want to get all of the steam whistle. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Is that all of it? Yeah, it's all of it. Okay. Let me move you. Yes, I'm sure Wyatt would be screeching right now. Going to move you. He has taught me so much about camera angles and filming and stuff that I'm trying really hard to make him proud. He's teaching this old dog a new trick. Make it even. See, Wyatt, I'm learning. Now it's going to be a little off because my board goes down. But let me turn this light off back here because that, see, you can't hardly see. But if I turn the light off, oh. Okay, this is not an edge. I know you're thinking, oh, you're not going to be able to diamond paint much. No, I'm not. But that's okay because I want to show you what light does when you're working towards the middle. Okay. And then another light. These are all side lights. Let's see if we'll have to have the light by Tom. Let's see. Let's give it something to focus on. I don't want to scoot it much over. Don't want to do that. Okay, see, now you're starting to see the letters. When you get towards the middle, I don't know what it is because I had the lights off when I did the square over there. Remember, I didn't have any lights on, just the light pad. But now I'm in more of the center. And now you have to have more light. I don't make the rules. It's just the way it is. So. Okay. So now we're ready. Okay. Here we go. Bella art tray. I'm not going to use the big tray because there's not really a whole lot. My diamond art pens from Diamond Art Club. Yay! This one is fantastic. I love this one. This one is like pink and sparkly shiny. Yes. Okay. So we are going to start at the beginning because the beginning is a beautiful place to stop. How are you all doing? This is, oh, I found a diamond on the canvas I dropped. Okay. So, this will be Tuesday for you. It is Thursday for us. I'm doing some filming ahead of time. Let me move this up a little bit too and over so I can see what I'm doing. I diamond paint with my glasses off. Okay, it's a bit blurry. Okay, I diamond paint with my glasses off because I have old eyes and old eyes needs new glasses. But old eyes waited because I had to wait until my diabetes was more in control because long COVID messed my blood sugars up, put me in ketosis again, like urine sugar was 600 and I was eating the diet I was supposed to eat. That is the power of long COVID, folks. But I went on an even stricter diet and I have lost 200 and 200 pounds. So yeah, I lost 100 pounds back 6 years ago, and then I've lost another 100 this year. Yay! And it was just diet, because I was in desperate need of some pulmonary therapy. So I took pulmonary therapy, and they got me strong enough to able to really get out and do. So yeah, but I lost 25 pounds on my own, and then because the diabetes was so insane, they completely changed all of my medicine. They increased my insulin. They put me on Ozempic, and that, boy oh boy, like overnight, blood sugar started getting to the point where I was dropping too low. But they said that they really wanted to give me that so I would lose more weight, and it would regulate my blood sugars. Well, then the Ozempic shortage happened, and I couldn't get it. I went off of it, and I didn't gain weight because I was eating the diet I was supposed to eat. Anyway, I was going to lose weight regardless, but it made my blood sugars immediately go cuckoo crazy. So I went about, what, babe, 3 weeks without anything? Almost a month. And I went to the doctor, and I'm like, hey, doctor, we have a problem. I can't get Ozempic, and I'm having blood sugar problems. What can we do? As I told him, at this point, the weight loss don't matter. I'm not taking it for weight loss. I'm taking it to regulate blood sugars. So he put me on Mounjaro, and boy oh boy, Mounjaro started working, and I started losing some weight. I'm like, okay, this is going to be good. And I lost 100 pounds total. And I'm like, well, yay, good. I knew that was a side effect, but, I wasn't taking it for that. I was taking it for the blood sugars. And weight loss is just a bonus. Well, then the weight loss coupon problem happened, which I've talked about that a few times. So any of my family members, my beautiful train wrecks, having a Mounjaro problem, they have a new coupon. You just have to get on the Mounjaro website, and if you have purchased it full price, get on the site, print out a form with your original receipt, and they will reimburse you. So there is reimbursement. Mounjaro has a new coupon. So yes, all is good in the world. Yeah. With my blood sugars as unstable as they was, this is how it is with Mounjaro and me. My blood sugars were so crazy. I had to eat so much sugar. I mean, because I would eat raisins and fruit, and it was not even tackling it. And I'm like, okay, so we bought little miniature candy bars, make it so I'm not eating a whole candy bar. We bought miniature candy bars, Dum Dum Suckers. I mean, I was just eating those. And just how long was that? Just the month, I started getting so sick. Blood sugars were going crazy. I was starting to have trouble eating, because I would get so nauseous. because my blood sugars are going up and down so much, and emotionally I was starting to suffer, because anybody knows with diabetes, when your sugars are crazy, your emotions can get a little high, and it's not your fault. It's just, that's just how it is. And I told Tom, I'm feeling so horrible. When my blood sugars are up, it affects my fibromyalgia. And I realized, like, 2 days in a row, I wasn't getting out of bed. And I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. I've worked way too hard to get myself back in the position that, you know what I mean, than to go back in the position that I was. So Tom and I had a very, serious talk about what am I going to do, because if I keep doing what I'm doing, it can hurt me, because a diabetic can't go up and down on their blood sugars too much, because it's not safe for organs. So we asked his mom, and she very graciously got me a 3-month supply to get me by until we could get everything straightened out. And my sugars are so much more regulated. It's only the next day, so I take it on a Saturday. So Sundays I feel not great, but this last Sunday I was up and I was moving and I was pushing, and I did sit down a lot, but I did get up. I was doing what my body needed. I was up and down, trying to do things, trying to sort things. But I did the best I could. And that night before I went to bed, blood sugar started dropping again, so I had to eat a candy cane, and that worked. I usually eat like cheese and crackers before I go to bed, because the cracker is a little bit of a carb and cheese are your protein. So I'm trying to do what the nutritionist said to do, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes I do still have to reach for something with sugar. So yeah, I'm trying really hard to do what's best for me, because for a long time I didn't do what's best for me because I was worried about everybody else but me. And now, I focus on me. And Tom is very encouraging, aren't you there?
Yeah. My body, if we can just get my body straightened out as well.
Yeah, we got to get him. We got me pretty much straightened out.
Because guess whose turn is it to go see the pulmonary specialist this time?
Yeah, and you have a doctor appointment on the 25th as well.
I do?
Yes. You come up on my thing. You have a cardiology appointment on the 25th.
Take that day off.
You better take that day off.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. So we're going to be going and seeing his doctor. I see him as well. And his doctor.
I just don't know when the pulmonary... They haven't contacted me.
Okay. But yeah, he's going to go see a pulmonary doctor as well. And because I think he has long COVID. He's just acting like he does. And you know how stubborn men can be. Well, I keep saying, oh, you need to do this, oh, you need to do this. Well, he's finally listening when he's really starting to have trouble.
Anybody would have saw me or heard me over the weekend.
Yeah, it's getting bad. I mean, it's not anything that he has to be hospitalized for, but I do believe he needs a good round of pulmonary therapy.
You'd think I was smoking 3 packs a day.
Yeah, he does. He sounds like he's smoking. He used to smoke, and he quit, which I'm very proud of him for. And, man, long COVID is not fun. So, anybody out there that's had COVID, if you've had side effects, and as I say, if you're puffing and blowing like a billy goat, as they go, like that, if you're doing that, I don't know where I got that from, but I've always said it. It's so funny. But if you make a noise, because I've heard a goat do that, and I think that's where it came from. But if you have a problem, there's no shame in getting help for this. Trust me, I've seen a lot of doctors because of long COVID, I don't like that one. I've seen a lot of doctors because of non-COVID or long COVID. And you name it, I've done it. Been poked, prodded. I've seen 4 specialists. I'll have to see another one soon to get my esophagus stretched and colonoscopy because it's time. Yeah.
Especially if it feels like somebody's sitting on your chest or
Yes.
squeezing your lungs like that.
Yes, it does. It feels horrible, and it's like
Feels
mine was kind of like, I'll explain it to them. When I had long COVID, the very beginning, I was on my CPAP. I only got off of my CPAP, which most prescriptions are like 4 or 5 pressure. Mine's 22. It's a little high, folks. And I felt like, let me switch pens. I felt like I had pneumonia, even though my lungs were fine. My lungs were clear. So they're like, yeah, you need to go see somebody. But it does. It feels like you have an elephant on your chest. That's what mine feels like, or mine felt like. I still have problems. If I have a cold or something, I still have to be on that, tied to that CPAP for a while, but they said that's fine to do. But yeah, it's like an elephant is sitting on your chest, and you just, coughing doesn't do it. Drinking doesn't help, and you feel that way. You start to get like, oh, if I could just swallow something and maybe it would help. Do you have that too? Where you just feel like if you could just swallow a drink or something that it would clear, but it doesn't?
Mine, when I get those coughing fits I get,
Yeah.
it just feels like there's just something right there tickling.
Right. Like if
just,
you, if you feel like you could just swallow something. You know how with pneumonia you get that, you start swallowing hard because you feel like, oh, if I could just swallow it down.
Yeah.
That's how it feels like, ladies and gentlemen.
I get those coughing fits, and then you know, even like there's times when the cats just get on my chest and I'm like, nope.
Yeah, you gotta push them off because anything. You won't have this because you're a guy, but it also was really horrible wearing bras because it constricted. So TMI, I had to go to sport bras. I can't think of what they're called right now. Sports bras. You know what I mean. If you're a girl, you know what I mean. I had to start going to those because they weren't as constricting. So yeah. It was pretty bad. It's better now because they taught me how to breathe. They taught me how to, if I'm feeling a certain way, how to handle it. If I have a cold, I'm more than welcome to get on that CPAP, and I can always go to them and they can give me an inhaler if I need it. Yeah, but everybody's different. I'm not a doctor. If you had COVID and you don't have a problem, oh, I am so happy for you. I genuinely am, because this is horrible and I would not wish this on anybody. Nobody. So yeah, he's going to probably go to the same place I went.
Well, when I asked you the other day, because I had a chance at Avon, downtown.
Yeah, downtown is where I went. I went to Methodist downtown. They are so sweet. But they give you a little bit of a workout. I mean, you're not going there for nothing. The more you do, the better and quicker you are to get out of there. But it's like 6 weeks. I did okay. I know this probably will be like, oh, that's nothing to most people. But towards the end, I went 3/4 of a mile in 1.5, whatever they meter that as. I was doing 1.5 for a quarter, 3/4 of a mile in 6 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. So, mind you, it's not anywhere good. You know, it's not anything to brag about. The only reason why I'm just saying that they do good things because they were able to build me up to even able to do that. Because trust me, before I went to pulmonary therapy, I was falling a lot. I fell in this room on the concrete. Luckily, karate taught me to slap and how to fall. So luckily, I did not get that hurt. But I couldn't walk at all without like a cane. He built steps at little, like what would be a normal step up. He had to build a baby step so I wouldn't lose my balance. I was a pretty sick chick. I didn't even have the ability to even diamond paint for a long time. I know. Clutch your buffers. Yeah. When I first got the dreaded C was 2 Octobers ago, and that put me in bed. I didn't even have the stamina to really sit up for a long period of time because it just hurt my hips too much. Because the long COVID kind of went and said, oh yay, Fibro, you're gonna get really angry at her. So it was pretty bad. I will admit I was in pretty bad shape. Thank goodness for YouTube. Thank goodness for my Fab 4. I was watching Rebecca at Admore Zest. She was my first. And then came the other three. Crafty ishKristyn, Kat at Kat's Diamond Painting, and Daphne at Diamond Painting Anonymous. I know I say and talk about them. Sorry, I bumped the camera. I talk about them a lot on this channel, but they were like my little angels. Because I knew, I could, even though I couldn't get up, I could still turn them on and watch them and see what was going in their life and kind of forget life for a little bit. So that's why I talk about them a lot on this channel, because they have done a lot and they didn't even know they were doing it. So yes. Little ASMR. And of course, white tray, white diamonds, because I'm crazy. Didn't pay attention to that. The last one, I only had a tiny bit of white. This one, I have a little bit more. It's okay. I've got it kind of up so I can use the darker shadow underneath to help me. Yeah. Tom, by the way. Tom, he bounced back pretty quickly. And, he didn't need to take any short-term or anything. He bounced back pretty quickly. But as it's progressing, it's getting worse.
Yeah, it's getting back at me.
Yeah, it's like, haha, I made you okay, but now I'm not.
I mean, I'm stubborn anyway, so.
Yes, he is. He's not as stubborn as me, but he's stubborn. I'm more headstrong. Sorry. Not sorry. And I know he's done because he usually says, yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah, he'll say, yes, ma'am. But I've been encouraging him to get a lung scan. But if he goes to the pulmonary doctor, they will give him a bunch of tests. I had to do a breathing test in a chamber-like room. I had to do a MRI and an X-ray. Had to do some blood workup. Yes. So he has getting ready to get a lot on his plate. But I did it. I can do it. He can do it. Because I want him to be healthy. And I want him to stick around. You know, he is a useful engine. As you can tell, Philip watched a lot of Thomas the Tank Engine. So, yeah. Come on, thank you. So we talk a lot about Thomas the Tank Engine. And since Thomas's name is Thomas, it only is fitting that I torment him with it. Yes, I know you're thinking, why are you putting your diamonds like that? Because this canvas is very slippery, and I can fill my diamond pin and then just move it around. Yes. So, and we, what else did we watch? Blue's Clues, Teletubbies, Caillou. That was annoying. Franklin. A lot of PBS shows. Bob the Builder. Yeah. All those kid shows. But I also introduced Philip to a beloved person, Mr. Rogers. Of course, I have to introduce him to Mr. Rogers. Every child needs to watch at least one Mr. Rogers, because he was a lovely, lovely man. We actually got to go and see Mr. Rogers' neighborhood at our Children's Museum of Indianapolis. Let me do some writing because I've talked about Mr. Rogers, Blue's Clues, Thomas the Tank Engine, Caillou, Franklin. Oh, we can't forget Maisie. Maisie Mouse. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street. What did you watch when you were little? I watched Mr. Rogers, Sesame Street. Bernstein Bears. Yeah. I don't remember if I told you. Did I tell you about we have stickers? I don't remember if I told you or not. Down below, there'll be a link. Sorry that I was writing. I have to write. I'll show you what I write on. whenever I say something, I write on this. So, I don't forget, because I have fibro brain. And I forget, and as you can imagine, I don't edit. What I say is what I say. What I do is what I do. It might come back to bite me. It may not. Hey, anything I talk about is not meant to upset anyone. It's just my little views. And you're allowed to have your view. But please, be nice in the comments. No fighting, no bickering. Don't say anything that's going to hurt someone. Yeah. So, and if I ever say anything to hurt anyone, you know, I do not mean to hurt anyone. Everyone has whatever they want to do in their life, you know. I just, you know, it's like, hey, just be safe. You know, we're all in this ride together. Oh, this train track, we're all together on the train. Toot toot. So yes. Looking for G. But we are gonna fill up the center here. And of course it's a light color, but it's pink. It's alright. Yeah, down below, tell me your absolute favorite kid shows when you were growing up. I told you some of mine. Now tell me some of yours. Ooh, there's wonderful little pops going on right now. Ah. Now I said it, now they're going to start teasing me. There we go. Are you alright, Thomas?
Yep.
Are you in deep contemplation over there?
No.
No? You're just sitting there?
Taking a break, looking up.
What are you looking up, Thomas? It's always scary when he looks up stuff.
No, just checking out my Facebook stuff.
Oh, okay. You'll probably need to tell Wyatt texting because he's going to be busy tonight, but he wants an answer about the truck.
Oh,
I guess you have to text your nephew. I know. How horrible is that? But don't be mean to the editor. But he already has some gigs lined up already, and he's not even graduated yet. So excited. Yes, yes, yes. Are we finally going to have spaghetti for dinner?
I told Philip that's the plan.
Okay.
Last night, now where was he?
I've been waiting for spaghetti. Okay. How do you guys do your spaghetti? Growing up, Lowry's used to have a spaghetti mix. I think they still do, but you can only get it in cases. You can't really get it in stores anymore, which made me very sad because I adored it. And you add like tomato paste, tomato sauce to it, a little bit of water, And it makes a spaghetti gravy. And you add some meatballs to it, and delightful. But you can't find it. You can only get it on like Amazon. You could only buy it by a case. I have been tempted because it's wonderful spaghetti sauce. Is it worth getting a case? Yes. Do we have storage for a case? No. That's the reason why it's not been purchased. We have no room in the inn at the moment. But it is delightful. And now we just kind of switch around. We like Aldi's brand. It's delightful. We don't do meatballs. I love meatballs. But Philip is not a great big fan of meatballs. And we just rather just fry up hamburger. But and now as my esophagus is starting to have trouble, the fried up hamburger is easier for me to swallow. So we do that. Put some hamburger, seasoned hamburger obviously, and put that in some spaghetti sauce. Let that cook for a little bit. And then this happened. One day in the home of the Edwards, we didn't have much spaghetti. We had a little bit, but it wasn't enough. And I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking in my head, what kind of pasta we have? I said, do we have macaroni? We did. And a new delicious meal was created. We do a box of spaghetti, a little box. And then we do, how much? Like a couple of cups of macaroni. And we cook that up and we toss that up in that spaghetti sauce, and it was amazing. It puts like a whole different feel to it, because you've got the spaghetti, but then you have the like the chewier macaroni noodle. So you have two different textures in there. Oh man, delightful. And now I look forward to spaghetti. And then Philip doesn't like spaghetti much. He gets bored with it rather quickly, but he knows I like it, so he'll eat it. So yeah, spaghetti macaroni. And then sometimes I will put it in a casserole dish and top it with mozzarella cheese in layers, and it's like a spaghetti macaroni lasagna. Yes. So a shortage of spaghetti created a new take on spaghetti. Don't you love it when things work out? So yes, I guess I'm not afraid to be an adventurous person. I will put macaroni in my spaghetti. And then sometimes after tasting the sauce, if it's too like acidy, tomatoey acid, that acidy kind of, then I'll put a spoon of sugar in it and it calms it way down. Oh, my phone. My phone is being blown up. Is that brother and sis?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
There was a couple that was them on Messenger.
Okay. I created 2 little Facebook chats. One for Bill and Elizabeth, my friend, and then another for Dawn and Ron. So we all, they'll talk and then it'll go, and then they talk and then it'll go, and then it's like, woo! Even though I haven't chatted with Elizabeth for a while, I need to get on there and do that. I wondered if I forgot her. I've just been really busy. That's one thing about events. They do take a lot of time, but this canvas, it's wonderful. It's such a delight to work. So yes, it seems like I'm getting a chance to do what I love even more than I normally would. What's wrong about that? There's nothing wrong about that. Any excuse to diamond paint is good in my book. My board keeps slipping. What am I working on? I need to change my weights. I need to put more weight back there. I need to put like books or something back there. I do. I don't even know how long I've been talking. Let's see, where am I at on time? Because I still have quite a bit left to do. Where am I at? 46 minutes. Okay, I'll go a little longer. I'll start working on colors that there's a lot of, so I can get more filled here. Because I would much rather do this and talk to you than do this and just listen to police chases. I'm just on a police kick right now. I don't know why. It won't be long before I'll be like, oh, I must watch Diamond Painters. I still am watching. Don't get me wrong. When anybody does a new one, I watch, but I kind of had to take a break from going and commenting on all the videos for a little bit. And this has been a busy week so far. So I have a feeling it won't be long before I'll be back to commenting again. It's just my happy place. Tom will tell you, most people have like, let's see, what would be a happy place? Like going out to eat or going to a winery or going to a bar. Mine's home diamond painting. I'm a nerd. Where's your happy place, Tom? Camping. It's soon. Camping will be soon.
That was a silly question.
I know. But they may not know. Remember, you're talking to them too. Your family. Oh my goodness. Get a bigger pen here. Oh my gosh. Oh, I've got way too many on this pen. I should have. Okay, let me go back to the other pen. Okay. Talking about PBS. There's a wonderful gentleman that used to have a show on PBS. All the PBS watchers will know. Bob Ross. I watched him a lot in my preteen, teen, adult age. Love him. Absolutely gutted and destroyed when he died. I have every season recorded. So, yes. A little bit of a Bob Ross geek. For a while, I even had a sticker on the car window. But it has faded and fallen off. I am sad. But what did Hobby Lobby have that was Bob Ross? A panini maker? A sandwich maker?
Yeah, I think so.
I was eyeing it. Can you imagine having a sandwich and when you lift it up, it's printed Bob Ross? That'd be so cool. And Hobby Lobby also had. Are you listening, Kristen? They had a waffle maker. The Care Bears. It was delightful. Eyeing that too. So yeah. It was like, oh, my childhood is at Hobby Lobby. Yay. Because I did watch Care Bears and Strawberry Shortcake. And Holly Hobby. Yeah. And I'm trying to think of more. Jim. We watched Jim. Yeah. But, yeah, that was of that generation. So hopefully everybody names who they watched. Because I'm sure I watched more than that. I know. I'm just, like, forgetting. Now, did anybody have a show that was a tiny bit cheeky, but your parents let you watch it because they figured out you wouldn't figure out what it was, but it was just a tiny bit cheeky and naughty? Yeah, that was my grandpa. My grandpa let us kids watch Benny Hill because, like, I don't know what they did. But if you watch the American version on TV of Benny Hill, it's just a little different. It's like you can't quite understand what he's talking about. But when you watch, like I have a box set because I dearly love this man. But when you watch the box set, you can understand what he's saying. And I'm like, oh, I can't believe Grandpa let me watch that. But it was all like cheeky fun. It was nothing horrible. And everybody was like, oh, he's sexist, he's this, he's that. But do you realize that he's not? Because in the end, the woman always wins. He respected women a lot. And he unfortunately was called a lot of names. That was unfair because he really did. It may not appear to be because that's humor, but he did. And you'll, like I watched on the box set, they have documentaries, and the cast even said, oh no, he's the sweetest man, and he died alone, never had a wife, but yeah, and they were talking about one of the women that was younger. He He treated her like a daughter and treated her daughter like a granddaughter. And, yeah. He was the biggest family guy who didn't have a family. So, yeah. I learned a lot about him in the documentaries and people talking about him. And I had a lot of good memories watching that with my grandfather. And and we also watched Sammy Terry as well. And so this is different. This is weird, but this is just how it is. I found comfort after that watching them because that was a good memory I shared with my grandfather. So I would watch these shows now as an adult and just laugh because I can remember his laugh and how much fun we had. Because my grandpa had the biggest fun, it was the funniest laugh, and his face would light up, and so watching them reminds me of him. And so yes, I was crushed when both of them died. Both Sammy Terry, the original Sammy Terry. Sammy Terry's still with us. It is now his son. He passed that on to his son. So Sammy Terry is still with us, folks. You can go on YouTube, you can go on Facebook, and you can watch some cheesy B movies, horror. I have to say it that way because if I say it a different way, it sounds like I'm saying something else. Horror. See, if I say it that way, it sounds really bad. But I have to say horror.
Or you just say scary movies.
Scary movies. No, horror sounds scarier. If you want to watch a scary movie I recommend is the original Night of the Living Dead. Barbara. Yes. Oh my gosh. And if you are a geek like me, Mystery Science Theater 3000. Check them out. If you are a B-movie geek like me, yeah, they are so funny. I watch them a lot. It's MST3K. I had to write it on paper to get it. But I recommend Night of the Living Dead. Now this is cheesy, but I promise you, you'll end up laughing. Especially at Barbara. Oh, Barbara. Ugh, you will leave for days saying, Barbara. Barbara. Yeah. And it's not scary. It's cheesy. But it's good fun. I had a friend that I dearly miss. And he used to have little showings, and he had a where you could show it on the wall. It's a Roku. What are those things called? Home theater. Basically, you put the image on the wall, and we would go and watch movies. Erdy was with me. Hi, Erdy. And I missed him so very much. But yes, we would do like a group, and we would go and we would watch scary movies in his living room, projected on his wall, and we had so much fun. We really enjoyed that, didn't we, Erdy? So, comment down below if you love scary, cheesy B-movie horror down below. Night of the Living Dead.
Okay, Sammy.
I know. And anything from Vincent Price. I love Vincent Price as well. So yes, it's been an hour. I've almost got this done, so I'm tempted to just finish it real quick and move on, because it'll only take me a couple minutes. So with that, we've talked about a lot. So yes, I have talk. Yay. So love you guys. So glad you are still on this journey with us. I know I don't get on Facebook a lot. Tom does more than I do. But I've been really busy with this event, and I promise once these 2 big paintings are done, it'll be little paintings for a while. And hopefully some specials as well, because we have stickers and coasters to do. So maybe we can throw in some of those as well. And then of course we have videos that are going to start that Wyatt's done, and he'll do those 2 times a week, and then I'll just fill in whenever, or Tom will fill in whenever we feel like it. So yes, with that, big hugs and kisses. Bye. Thomas, you're not being very useful.
Bye.
There he goes. Bye.